Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast My Hormones Make Me a Nutcase with myself and Amy. We are back here again,
Yep, just the two of us.
just the two of us this week. And this week we've got a really interesting topic, actually. We're going to be talking about resistance to change. So basically, nothing changes unless we change. And we're going to be talking about why we resist change, understanding the psychology behind it, why we do things that just keep us stuck, and how to reframe this as well, and how to get unstuck and start making positive changes in your life.
Yeah, 100%. And like we do this in so many bits of our lives, right? I definitely do it. I expect to meet someone like, friends, boyfriends, whatever, etc. Yeah, I do not move from my house. How can I expect something to happen if I do not leave these four walls?
Yeah. Things are just not going to come to us. Like things are just not going to happen and just suddenly appear, are they? Like we have to put things in place. We have to do things. We have to push ourselves outside our comfort zone to make the change, even though it's
Yeah,
hard. We don't want to do
yeah.
it.
We don't. No, we don't. But yeah, it is super hard and it is so difficult. Like in a nutrition, health, and exercise kind of way to ignore that little voice in your head that's telling you that you don't need to do that today. It's okay, you've got 10 other things to do. You've got the washing to do, you've got cooking to do, you've got this to do, or whatever it may be. Like, it's so difficult to tell that little voice just to piss off for a bit. Let me go and do my run or my workout and then come back to me.
Yeah. Your body is almost like in survival mode, isn't it? And I suppose pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone is scary for your body. It makes you feel fearful. So your body's like, oh no, I don't want to do that. That's scary. So it's like, let's just stay where we are now because that's more comforting. And I know where I am right now, just sticking to what I've been doing for however many years.
Absolutely, because your body is like, cool, we've kept him alive this long. Like what we're doing right now is not killing me, so you can keep doing this because this is okay.
Yeah,
However, you keep doing that, and it probably will eventually give up. But at that minute in time, in that moment in time, it just this is comfortable. You don't need to do anything. You've not died. You've not had an accident doing this before, so we're okay.
yeah,
And that is what I remember. It's the same thing with anxiety, right? If every time you go into say, I don't know, go into a social situation and one time you got really anxious about it, your brain will remember that. So your brain will keep doing that because it survived. Even though it wasn't nice for you, it that is what it did to survive and to keep you like going. So it will just repeat itself because it doesn't know any different.
yeah, yeah. It's so true. So true. I suppose maybe we could talk a little bit about like why we actually resist change, which we kind of discussed there a little bit, but to go kind of further into that, I think a real big one is fear of failure.
Mm,
Nobody wants to fail. Like we're told in, I've been having a lot of this conversation really recently with people, but in like the system at school and everything, we're taught to succeed, aren't we? Like we're taught we shouldn't fail, we should pass all of our mock exams, all of our exams, we should go to university or whatever. And failure is a bad thing. But actually, in real life, we have to fail at things to learn what not to do, to then do it again and get better and then eventually not fail. But a failure is like a massive part of life. And I've always been petrified to fail because I've always been like that perfectionist that wants to get everything right. And I've learned, especially since having my own business, that failure is actually a good thing. And I listen to so many like podcasts and things or YouTube videos of like business people, and every single one will say, failure, you have to fail. You have to fail and keep going, keep picking yourself up. Um, so yeah, just really interesting.
mm, yeah, absolutely. And like you say, with the whole school thing, if you weren't good at something, you'd be made to feel like shit because you'd be in a lower grade, a lower
Yeah.
class. Like, and it's like, oh, you're in higher class, I'm in lower class, and then people take the piss out of each other, and it's those kind of things too. Like,
Mhm.
but like you say, and not everyone is good at everything. Like school, everyone has to do those lessons, whether they like it or not, whether you're
Yeah,
interested or not. And if you're not interested in something, it's really freaking hard
really hard.
to learn or to understand stuff. But like you say, throughout school, we're not taught that it's okay to fail. Like, yeah, you can get better from mistakes. And like you say with your business, like how many times has things gone wrong and you go, oh shit, I better not do that again. That didn't work. Okay, maybe I need to do this instead. And you pivot a different way, or you learn something that, yeah, your clients don't really like, or you think you know better and actually you don't know better.
Yeah. And it's the same with you're on like a health and fitness journey, is everyone's bodies are so different. So you might try something that someone else has done and they've succeeded at it, but then
Mhm.
you might try it and it might not work for you. So it's not that you can't lose weight if that's your goal or get fitter or stronger, whatever it is. It's that, like you say, you need to pivot and try something else. And it might take two, three, four things, and then suddenly, oh, this is what really works for me. Maybe it's working out 3 times a week or lifting that weight, or maybe it's eating more protein and less of fats. Whatever it is, you've got to find what works for your body and not be scared if the first thing doesn't necessarily work straight away.
Yeah, and don't just give up because
Yeah,
it's so easy to give up. Like if something doesn't work, it's so easy to go, oh well, what's the point?
yeah.
And actually, that's not going to get you anywhere either.
Like,
Like you say, you might have to try multiple things, but try them for a good amount of time. Just don't
yeah,
expect it to work in a week. Like things aren't a magic pill. Like you have to give them time. If after like a couple of months it's still not working, and like you say, you need to pivot, you need to change, or yeah, you want to find something different, yeah, crack on, find something different then, but give it some time before you decide this doesn't work.
definitely, definitely. Yeah,
Because that could be another reason why people don't resist to change because they're like, okay, well, this didn't work, this didn't work, this didn't work, this didn't work, this didn't work. And then they go, so nothing's going to work.
yeah. Oh, I hear that so often, so often.
Mm.
Yeah. Because if you don't try something, then you've already failed, like inevitably. Do you know what I mean? You failed forever. Whereas if you try something and it doesn't work, you know that doesn't work. So then you try something else. Whereas if you just say, well, nothing's going to work, well, it's never going to work because you're not going to change, you're not going to try. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Well, you look at your fitness routine. Say, for example, your one, my one. When I was, what, I don't know, in my 20s, before I even started doing PT, I would just do loads of hit stuff. Then, like, it changed to, oh, actually, I want to learn how to use weights.
mm,
So then I started learning how to do weights. But then I was into boxing. So at the time I do a lot of boxing and then do weights on the side. And then after that, I then got back into football like 6 years later, like after having 6 years out. So then my focus was more football. So what can I do alongside that? Okay, well maybe I need to run more because I never ran.
mm,
Like and then it's like and that but I didn't then do weights and stuff because I wasn't really like properly in it. Whereas now it's all about mobility weights. I need to do some jumping to get me stronger and quicker on the pitch. So it's all about football again. But
mm.
I do less running in the summer. No, absolutely not. I do less running in the winter because I play more football. But
Yeah,
then I do more running in the summer because I don't play as much football. So things change all the time and different things work for different periods of your life.
yeah,
Like I don't do like half an hour of hit or 20 minutes of hit anymore. Like I do the odd bit that's added into my program, but
yeah.
it's not something that is like literally like my whole session.
No, exactly. And I'm the same. I used to like doing hit. And now, I don't know whether it's because I did suffer with that burnout last year. Was it last year or the year before? Can't even remember now.
I
But
think it's last year.
I think it was last year. And since then, like I have to be really careful because my nervous system just can't take it. Like it goes, puts it into overdrive, my cortisol level rise, and then I just feel awful. So I have to be really mindful of like when I do it, and if I've really rested, I'm feeling good in myself. Because if I go and I'm already tired and feeling a little bit burnt out, it just makes my body feel really bad. But for someone else, they might go and do that hit session and makes them feel loads more alive and loads better. So yeah, it's so person dependent and time life, that's not the right saying. Like,
Season of life.
yeah, where you are in your life, like different times obviously in your life depends on what works for you as well. Um, but yeah,
And it also depends on your why, right?
yeah.
If you're, again, we've said this before, if your why isn't strong enough, you won't change.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, there is no way. Like, I have people and they're like, oh, I want to lose weight. But if they don't, I find the majority of people, if they're like, right, their long-term gain is to not fall over when they're like 70 and to be able to be strong for then, I find those people are more like less likely to be fixated on the scale and what is happening. And because of all the stuff that they're doing, the number on the scale, the clothes, how they fit, how they feel, etc., that becomes a byproduct of them
Mm,
wanting to make sure that when they're 70, they're still able to like run around with everyone and join in.
yeah.
Whereas people that come to me that are just like, I want to lose this in this time, and this is all I'm focused on, tend to, I'm not saying everyone, struggle more because
Yeah.
their why is not deep enough.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. And actually they're not in that much pain where they are now. Like they don't
Mm,
like it. They wish they were feeling a little bit better maybe, but actually they're still fitting in clothes, they're still going out doing things. You know, it's more so women that I speak to that are their social life is completely non-existent. They're hiding under really baggy clothes. They're sitting inside, don't want to speak to people because they're lacking in so much confidence. Like when you're in that much pain and your whole life has been impacted to that extent, that is when people then want to start to make the change. It's still hard, it's still not guaranteed, but that pain
mm,
is strong enough to start pushing you in that I have to do something. Like I physically cannot live,
mm,
mentally cannot live like that anymore. But
yeah.
I think as well, though, there's also a fear of success as well.
Mm,
Like people worry, like, what if I actually can? What if I actually do it? What if I actually do succeed? Because that's putting you, because you've almost like taught yourself all these stories in you've said to yourself all these stories in your head of, um, you're kind of like sitting in that uncomfortableness and it's your normality, isn't it? Like, oh, I want to lose a little bit of weight, I want my clothes to feel a bit better. But you kind of get used to making the excuses and it all just kind of, you just kind of sat in that uncomfortable comfortableness. But
mm,
actually, if you do fit into those clothes at the back of the closet you haven't worn for years, if you have that confidence, if you feel good in yourself, that's almost scary as well because it's completely different. You're out of your comfort zone again. You're actually, yes, where you think you want to be, but it almost feels uneasy because then what does your life look like then? You
mm.
can't sit there and moan about stuff anymore because you wait. Do you know what I mean though? Like, and that is almost pushing yourself outside of that comfort zone as well, and that is almost scary.
Yeah. How many people have you had before that are like, oh, for God's sake, now I've got to get a new wardrobe because none of my clothes fit. And I sit there and I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry. Like, go eat some more cakes and go back to how you were and sit and do nothing. And they're like, no, 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 it's fine. But it's then getting used to it, isn't it? Because if you've always been like, say, oh, I don't know, a size 22, and then you've got to navigate what it is to be a size 12, say. I don't know. That was
Yeah.
quite a big jump, but that's scary because you've never done that before, and you don't, and it takes your brain is so far behind the rest of you.
Mm.
You always see yourself as the bigger you,
Yeah.
or the unfit you, or the you that can't do that.
Yeah.
And it takes so long for your brain to catch up and be like, oh no, I can fit into that, or oh, I can go for a run, or I can eat this certain way. This is me. I am not that person that I once was.
Mm.
And that is not only navigating what you wear, how you act, what you do, it's navigating everyone else around you, right? Because they remember you as a certain person.
Yeah.
Say, for example, like what I used to go drinking 3, 4, 5 times a week, every weekend go drinking, blah blah. I come from a family of like drinkers. They used to work in pubs, run pubs and stuff like that. So then when I stopped or I did it less and then less and less, they're like, "Oh, why are you boring now? Why are you not joining? Why are you not doing this?" Well, actually, I want to go to bed. Like, I'm all right. I don't need to be out partying all the time. But it takes a long time because, and sometimes you feel like, "Oh God, maybe I should join in, or maybe I should go." I feel bad, but actually, once you've like, people get over it,
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it takes time. To
Yeah.
start with, everyone will be like, "Oh my God, you don't do this anymore. You don't do that. Or why do you do that all the time? Why do you do this all the time?"
Mm.
But
Just eat the
eventually,
donut. Just do, yeah, just have the,
yeah,
just come out for dinner
that's
with us. Just have that glass of wine.
yeah. Like I don't know about you, like I will eat whatever, like, but in moderation. Yeah, some
Yeah.
people, if I go, "Oh no, actually, I don't want that sauce on there." "Oh, is that because you're a PT?" "No, I just don't like that sauce."
Yeah.
Like, actually, thank you very much. But it's all those little comments that are constant. Like, but eventually, I just said they're constant. This is now contradicting what I just said. They are at the beginning, but then people get used to it and then they give
Yeah.
up and then they will. But you have to get through that bit first. If you
Yeah.
don't get back through that bit, it's so easy to then go backwards and be influenced a completely different way.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. And I think a lot of it comes down to like limiting beliefs as well, like your belief in actually believing that you can get to where you want to get to. And I've definitely not necessarily so much in like the nutrition world and things, but I've had so many limiting beliefs in my life. Like my self-belief has been I've been working on it for sure and it's getting so much better. But yeah, it's just I think if you don't really believe that you're gonna reach your goals, you're not gonna reach them. So you have to start believing in yourself as well.
Mm. And
Um,
if you're always sitting in a negative mindset of "I can't do this, I won't do this, I'm never going to do it," you're never going to do it. You
yeah,
have to believe you're going to do it because
absolutely.
otherwise you're not manifesting the right energy to go
Yeah,
and do that thing.
yeah, for sure, for sure. It's so true. And a lot of these things like with my business, just relating to something that I'm doing is I have that fear of success and that limiting belief of, oh, maybe I can't get there. Maybe I won't be successful as that person. Maybe I won't make more money than this, or maybe, there's all of that. And what if I actually get there? What does that mean if I am really successful? What does my life look like then? That's scary. So like I think we all have them in different aspects of life. Um, but yeah, it's just interesting. I think we've got to start talking to ourselves a little bit more positively and start actually saying that we can do it and we can achieve it. And I think something that my confidence coach actually said to me, she was like, actually think about what your life will look like if you do start losing the weight or you change your habits to become healthier, you become stronger, or whatever it is. What does that actually look like? And how amazing would that be? And then it's not so scary because it's like, that's actually achievable and it will actually feel great. I don't know if I'm making sense now. I've waffled on a
Mhm.
bit. But yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah, absolutely. I've forgotten what you just said, but it definitely made sense. I can't even respond to it because I was so engrossed in what you were saying, I've forgotten what you said. And then when you said that, I was like, "Oh yeah, it did make sense." I was
Yeah,
following.
just talking
But
about limiting beliefs. But yeah,
yeah, it's
anyway.
because I was also thinking like along the lines of a self-sabotage.
Mm,
I think this is what I was doing whilst you were saying that, and I was like, "Yeah, this is fine." And then I was like, "Oh, remember to say self-sabotage because I know I'll
yeah.
forget." And then like, and then I forgot what you said. So cool, fantastic. Um, but I do have quite a few people that will they'll be doing really well. They'll be on it. They'll be like, "Right, I'm nailing this. This is good. This is fitting into my lifestyle. This is how I want it." Like, and all of this, and then they'll get, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in, and there'll be one week in there that they just disappear.
Mhm.
And I know as soon as someone doesn't answer my message or a couple of messages for a couple of days, I'm like, okay, they've gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so difficult, like, to get someone back. like straight away, because they're going to do what they can ignore a message. It's easy to ignore a message,
Of course. Yeah,
right?
so
How many
easy.
times have you done it? I've done it. I do it to people sometimes, like coaches and stuff. I'm like, oh no, I haven't done that, so I'm going to ignore it. However, I know that he knows, or they know, if I've ignored them, I probably haven't done it, because that's what everyone does.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I don't know if people think that other people don't do it, but I assure you, if you're a client and you've gone quiet, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Or something really bad has happened, something has gone on in their life,
Yeah.
and that, yeah, totally understandable. But then it's still really hard to come back from that because
Mm.
something bad's happened. Your mindset your mind is just out of the game. Um, but yes, but I think the thing to remember from that is if you've gone quiet for a week, check yourself
Hmm. Yeah.
because it's 1 week out of your whole life. It's really not that long a time.
Mm-mm. No.
So, and we don't care. Like as coaches, like we
Mhm.
care. But what I mean,
We don't give a shit. It's fine.
no,
You do what you want.
like if you disappear for a week and then you come back and say, oh, sorry, I've just had a really shit week and I just wanted to sit with all the whatever's going on and I just couldn't face speaking to you, but I'm here, I'm not doing very well. Like that's literally what we're here for. We're going to help to pick you back up and to motivate you to get back into it. And we'll be like, that's fine. These things happen. Life happens. Like, just let's get back into it. It's all good. So
Absolutely. But if you hide or you think we're going to bollock you for disappearing for a week, we're not.
we're
Because
not.
you're a normal human being. Because this is what all
Exactly.
human beings do.
We're not one of those coaches that are going to be like rude and horrible and punish you and all of those things. Because, I mean, that's scientifically been proven not to work anyway. But also, me and you are just not like that.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm going to give you 100 burpees if you disappear for a week. Yeah, sure. No. Oh my God. If someone did that to me, I'd disappear forever.
Yeah. Oh,
Fuck you then.
100%. A lot.
But yeah, self-sabotage is difficult, and you have to, like we say with everything, you have to be aware.
Yeah.
Like, again, if you're not aware of these things, at the beginning, you might not be aware that it's self-sabotage, but once you see a pattern and realize where it is and what it is and why it is, which may take a while,
Hmm.
like, and it is okay, once you've established it, it's easier, not easy, easier to build things to stop it from happening as frequently. And eventually you'll get out of the habit. But that could take a long time because you could be
Yeah.
self-sabotaging for like years.
Yeah. Yeah. All these things are so ingrained in us. And like you say, they're habits that have been there for such a long time. So it's not going to be 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Like it could literally take, in all honesty, years to sometimes change really bad habits because there might be underlying psychological things going on there which need to be helped out and stuff as well. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it is difficult. Like I've been doing this course on like your periods and stuff. And she's like, right, I want you to eat a certain way because I'm interested to see if it makes a difference, right? But where I don't have a period, I have to go off other things. But because I've not had a period because of my pill, I'm like, I've got to change my whole mindset around the fact that, right, okay, right, I need to eat as if I'm on my period this week. And like, I also need to eat still enough to train and do football and this and that. And my instant reaction was like, wow, I can't eat like that because I need more carbs because I'm going to be doing this, this, and this. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, mate. Like, it's a month. Just do what she says for a month, like,
Yeah.
and see what happens. Because maybe it might be better for me because actually my body can deal with carbs better in these two phases compared to these two phases. And then I was like, wow, I've already bought all my Hello Fresh and fuck, I've bought loads of stuff with root vegetables and carbs in. And now I'm not eating carbs at lunch, and I was eating carbs at lunch, and now I've got to figure that out too. And my brain was like, so easy to just go, do you know what? I'm not going to bother. And I'm not going to tell her that I've eaten carbs at lunch or whatever. But actually, who am I then? I'm not helping anyone then, am I? Because actually, I'm not then practicing like to see if this is going to help me or
Yeah.
not. And I won't know because I'll have cheated it. And I've just gone to, oh, yeah, I did that. Like, or I didn't do that or whatever. And yeah. and it's really hard when you've been doing something so long, because I eat similar stuff and things anyway.
Yeah.
I'm in such a routine that I'm now trying to change it, and I'm having to think, oh, okay, I can only have proteins, fats, and veggies for lunch. Okay, but I can have some carbs at dinner, and then the following week I can have carbs at then, and I can have carbs then. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just takes a while to get your head around it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think, like I was saying kind of at the beginning, like nothing changes unless we change, right? And change doesn't start with having a perfect plan. Doesn't need to be. I think that is
Nothing's
so many
perfect.
people come to me, I'm sure they do you as well, and it's like they need to change everything all at once. It's like all
Hmm.
or nothing mindset. I need to focus on my nutrition, my exercise. I need to work out 5 times a week. I need to do 15,000 steps every day. Like I need to do all of these things. And it's just not going to happen. Like you might stick to that for like 2, 3, 4 days, and then you're going to be like, that's too much. That's too much. So
Yeah. How
yeah,
many times do you go? They're going, I can work out at least 5 times a week. I'm like, okay, maybe. However, I'm going to set you 2 times a week to start with. We're
yeah,
going to go with that and we'll see how that goes first. Like, I know that's probably not what you want right now, but we're going to go for this first. Once you've
yeah,
proven to me after a certain amount of time that you can do this, then we'll add another one.
definitely. And I always say, like, if you do more than two, great, perfect. That's an extra win. But at least get the two, because if you do that, you're going to be so proud of yourself when you've achieved your goals. So you can,
Mm.
tick it off. Whereas, like, if you do the five, if you set yourself the five, and then you do one, you're going to be so disappointed. Oh, what's the point? I can't make five. I might as well just not work out at all. That's like
Hmm.
most people's mentality is, right? It's like,
Hmm.
whereas actually, if you've done one out of the two, you're halfway there. So next week, you might do two out of two. And that's a
Yeah,
really good progression. So yeah, it's the small little incremental steps that we say all the time that is going to add up to the big results at the end of the day.
absolutely. Yeah, and like you said, like I always go in low, like with anything. So at football the other week, we got my coach was like, right, I want you to shoot and score. And I went, there was like 12 balls, and I went, right, well, I want one. I just want one.
Yeah,
Like if I get one, I'll be so happy about that. And the first set that I did, I got none, zero. I was very close, but I got zero. And I was like, right, come on. And then I got what on the second set, the first ball went in, got one. I was like, I'm happy.
yeah,
I'm done. And actually ended up with six.
yeah,
But like my goal was one, and my goal is always right. Let me see if I can do that. If I achieve that, then I'll go for something more.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And I've just split a lot of my work stuff up like that. And like I'm doing that nutrition course, like I was saying to you earlier. And um I've got to make some amendments on it. And I always like, right, I'll do that tomorrow. I've got an hour there, I'll finish it. And I'm always saying to myself, why do I tell myself that? Because I never do. Because my brain just can't, I have to like do it in stages. That's just the way that I work. And like we were speaking about, everyone needs to like split things up, right? So I'm like, right, I'll do 15, 20 minutes. I'll do two questions, go through them, like redo that. And I'm like, oh, I can do this. I can manage to. Like it feels so much more manageable in my brain. And I'll probably still finish it in the week. Like I've set myself to finish it by the end of the week. But rather than say, I'm going to do an hour or 2 hours on Wednesday, and I get to Wednesday, I don't do any of it because it feels so overwhelming. I get to the weekend and I think, well, I haven't done anything now. Whereas if I'm like, I'll do 15, 20 minutes every single day, I'll get it done and it feels so much more
Mm,
manageable.
yeah, absolutely. I did the same. I did the same with people's programs and planning
Yeah,
sessions. When you've got so many people, I'm like, the last 2 weeks of the month, I'm like, right, these are my 2 weeks where I get all the programs and sessions done. And I used to try and sit there and do as many people as I possibly could in like whatever time I had. And that doesn't work because I look at it and I go, fuck, I've got like 6 people to do today, and that's like 30 sessions that I got to think about. Like, now my brain was already gone, no, thank you. Whereas now, like over last week and this week, I'm like, right, I'm going to do that person's and that person's. Then tomorrow, I'm going to do that person's and that person's, and then that one and that one. Because if I don't do it like that, it's too much. And then I sit there and want to cry.
definitely, definitely. So the moral of that is start small. You don't need to do all or nothing. Progress over perfection.
Mm,
And yeah, That is
But
gonna,
it could be something so small, right? Like we do like little challenges and stuff for people, like one-to-one things. And this week, um, I have literally come on, and I think people think that we're going to give them loads to do. And actually, they come on, they're like, oh, I want to focus on nutrition. I'm like, okay, right, tell me about your breakfast. Let me know what they are. And they're like, well, I don't eat breakfast when I go to work, but I eat breakfast when I'm at home, or the other way around, whatever way around it is. And I'm like, right, why do we not eat it at home? And they're like, oh, well, because I'm rushing around doing this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, right, can we focus on those 2 days that you're not eating breakfast? That is your goal. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. And actually, they come back on, they're like, yeah, I did that. And I'm like, okay, so you can do it.
yeah,
And they're like, oh, yeah, I can do it. But that little thing then gives you motivation to be like, oh, okay, well, what's the next thing? What now? What can I do now? And then
yes,
you give them something a little bit more so
yeah,
then they can add to that. So, like we said, it's not a perfect plan. It's not necessarily something that's going to take you half an hour, an hour. It could literally take you 5 minutes,
yeah,
but
absolutely,
it's something towards your goal.
definitely. And one of my ladies said to me today, actually, she was like, is it okay if I just get 80%, like if I reach 80% of completing my goals? And I was like, yeah. I was like, absolutely. Like, you don't have to hit 100% every single week. You're not going to. Like, sometimes just you have shit weeks, things come up, things happen. You can't control everything around you. Like, as long as you're trying your hardest, 80% I think is still pretty successful for your week. Like,
Absolutely.
so yeah, it's it's removing that perfectionism, isn't it? Which I think all of us, well, a lot of us have, unfortunately.
Absolutely. It is. It's removing that perfection, but it's also deciding that you're going to do it. Because if you don't want to do something, you're not going to do it. So you have to decide, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I think as well, like when you're trying to make a change, like I think a lot of people kind of find it weird and silly. I know we've spoken about this on the podcast before, but when you're saying to yourself, you're going to do that workout or you're going to, I don't eat breakfast on those 2 days, like what time are you going to eat your breakfast? What are you going to have for breakfast? What workout are you going to do? What time are you going to do your workout? What are you going to wear for that workout? Like, because the more you make it, or the more specific you make it, the more likely you're going to do it and going to stick to it. Because you're
Mm.
just like, I want to do one workout this week, but you don't put into your week when you're going to do it. It probably won't get done because you'll get to Tuesday, you'll do it Wednesday, get to Wednesday, do it Thursday, get to Thursday, do it Friday. Whereas if you're like, okay, I've got time on Wednesday morning, I could do half an hour there. I've got that workout being given to me, I can do that. I'll put my workout gear out the night before, so it means I can just put it on in the morning and go straight into it. Like the more specific you are, the more likely you'll be able to make the change and actually do things.
Mm.
And I just when I'm on the call with like clients, I'm like, okay, so those are your goals. How are you going to make that happen? And I do find that with a lot of people actually, is that people will set you goals and like go to like physios or things like that, and they're like, right, there are all the things you need to go and do. But then they don't tell you how to do it. And no, maybe you should be able to do it yourself, but a lot of people can't do it themselves. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you kind of need to say to someone like, right, this is the plan on how you're actually going to do that. And even though it sounds
Yeah,
simple, it's not. Like that is how you make that is how you get it done, essentially.
absolutely. And thinking about thinking about what's realistic as well. Because oh, are we still here?
Oh,
Oh, that was weird. My screen went funny. Anyway, as we are. And thinking and making things realistic, right? Because um if you're someone that puts yourself off doing something, you need to do it so you don't put yourself off it. So, like you said, you just need to make it as easy as possible. So, I was speaking to someone earlier and she was like, okay, I've got to do my run today. She was like, I'm going to do it at lunchtime. I'm like, are you going to get it done at lunchtime? Realistically, are you going to do it at lunchtime? She was like, probably not. I might have talked myself out of it by then. So, and then like 20 minutes later, I get a voice note from her saying, okay, I really didn't want to do this, but I've gone out now. It was like 8 a.m. She's like, because if I don't go out now, I will not go out at lunchtime and then I'll put it off and then I won't get my 2 runs in this week because I've only got Tuesday and Thursday that I can do them in. So she was like, and then afterwards she was like, oh, I'm so proud I've done it. And now I don't have to do it later and it's all done. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's making it realistic. If you know you are not going to fit a workout in the evening, or you're not going to have the energy to do it in the evening, and you have got time in the morning to do it, or lunch break, or whatever it is, do something that works, because what works for me doesn't work for you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like I have time sometimes in the afternoon and evening to do workouts, but I despise working out, especially in the evening. That's never going to happen. And sometimes, like even today, I was like, oh, I could do a workout. No, I do not like working out in the afternoon or the evening. It's not for me. I have to work out in the morning. Like realistically, that is how I'm going to do it. So I always have to go to the gym in the morning. Like even on the weekend, if I have time all day, I'm not going to go there at 2 or 3 p.m. Like I'm not going to do it. I can. There's no reason why I can't. But realistically, I have to go like in the mornings on the weekdays, 6 o'clock in the morning. Like I have to be there by quarter past, 6:30, because that
Mm,
is when I have the motivation and the drive to do it. And that's just what works for me. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, I could do it at 4 p.m. today. I have got all the workout equipment in my at home. Am I going to do it? No.
exactly. So pick something that works for you, because if you're picking something that doesn't work for you, you ain't ever going to change.
Yeah. If
And
you
you're making it so easy for your brain to go, "Well, I can't do that. I'm not going to do it." That's okay. That's my reason, because I don't want to work out in the afternoon, and I'm not going to.
Yeah, exactly. If you're saying to yourself, I'm going to, well, the only time I can work out is the evening, and you hate working out in the evening, and like you say, you're too tired, no, you need to find somewhere else to work out in your day because it's never going to happen.
Hmm. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. I think as well,
And
sorry, you go.
now you carry on.
Well, my resistance to change is that I need to start working through this workbook, which is called the 10 Days to Great Self-Esteem, which I've been set as a goal. And it's been sat on my um, desk all week and I haven't even started it. So
That is a big book. I would look at that and go, no. Wowza.
we're not perfect. I'm still resisting to change. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, but this is what I need to start doing. And like I say, probably need to start with like just say to myself, I'm going to read 2 pages and then go from there.
I,
Start
I
it.
was literally, you read my mind. I was literally just going to say to you, okay, after this call, read 2 pages. And then you
Yeah,
start and you just said you need to do that. So there you go.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
But have someone there, right? Again, you just said that. Have an accountability buddy. Have someone, or even if they don't do it with you, have someone to message you going, have you done this? You told me you were going to do this. Or just go and tell someone, because normally if you tell someone you're going to do something, 90% of the time you're going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Definitely.
And it's always going to be an up down journey, isn't it? Like, it's hard to get over resisting to change. It's hard to push through things that you don't want to do, or you've not done, you've never done, something's new, all of this. If it's something that's new, remember in 3 months' time, you're going to be like, oh, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a new job. I always like, if I ever had a new job, I was like, right, in 3 months, I'm going to know what I'm doing. It's going to be fine. I'm going to be able to do this on my own. But for now, this is going to be overwhelming as shit. And they're going to give me all this information, and I'm probably going to forget half of it. But
Yeah.
until I start doing it, then I'm going to learn what I can do, what I can't do, what I shouldn't do, what I've done wrong. And then I can be better.
Definitely. Definitely. Absolutely. And I think it's looking as well, isn't it, at the real meaning of change? Like, because sometimes we look at change maybe as a bit of a punishment, whereas actually, if you're making positive steps towards having better health, it's actually self-respect. So you almost need to reframe what you're saying to yourself. It's like, oh, change is really difficult. And I need probably to do this with reading this book, right? But it's like reframing it to, oh, this is just really annoying. I don't want to do this. It's, to actually, no, this is good for me. This is, I'm respecting myself. I'm putting myself first. I deserve to do this. Like I deserve to grow and have this positive new life. And confidence doesn't come before change, it comes through the change. I love that. I think that's really, really true because you're not going to feel confident. Like you say, when you start a new job, you're not confident, you're scared. But then once you're 3 months in, you know more than what you're doing. You don't have to ask as many questions. You're getting more confident essentially. And it's the same thing with like a health journey, isn't it? Like the more you do
Mm.
it, the more confident you become at it. So
Yeah, and ask as many questions as you want whenever you want. Like I always say that to
yeah,
people. They're like, you might have to show me how to do it again. I'm like, girl, I've been showing people how to deadlift every time they come in here for 6 years because people still forget it's not their number one priority unless they're in it. It's like in out of your brain, right? If someone taught me something that is not really high on my agenda, I you will probably have to tell me so many times,
yeah,
but we will always tell you how to do something. We'll always help you how to do something. Like no question is silly
yeah,
because about I'm sure everyone else asks it at some point.
absolutely, absolutely.
And it's better that you ask than you to hide and not ask and
Yeah,
not get any results or not get through or suffer on your own than it is to,
absolutely.
ask for help. And it doesn't have to be help from us. It can be help from anyone in any
Anyone.
situation.
Yeah, for sure. I always say that to any of my ladies that I'm working with, like, please just message me. If anything comes up, you have a bad day, you're stuck for motivation, like you haven't got much motivation for that day, something's, bothering you, you don't know what to have for dinner or how to meal plan, like just ask. Like these things we cover, but if you just feel stuck, just ask the question because yeah, that's the way you're gonna make a change.
Mm.
But yeah, I think steps to start creating change then. So you mentioned it before, but really getting clear on your why and making it a why that is really, really deep and meaningful to you. Something that's actually going to make you want to make that positive change. And then, like we said, set tiny achievable goals that prove to yourself you can follow through. So start with that one workout a week, start with changing your breakfast, having those two breakfasts when you don't normally have them, little things like that. That's going to then build self-trust, remind yourself of everything that you have achieved, all the wins count. And when you celebrate your wins, that keeps you motivated to keep going and build that momentum as well.
And build your confidence because,
Yeah,
sorry, I'm just about to stop you, but at the weekend, I've been playing football for years, but I lost my confidence so much I could barely kick a ball. I mean, in front of people, I can kick a ball, but you know what I
yeah,
mean, right? So at the weekend, I've been working on stuff with my coach, and I had the ball. I went left, right, which sounds ridiculous. Went round a person and had a shot, and it was so close, right? But for me, that was the biggest win of the game because I had the confidence to take someone on and
mm,
actually do what I wanted with the ball and not let them control me. And
yeah,
I texted straight away going, "Oh my God, it didn't go in, but this is my win of the game." And to everyone else, that could sound ridiculous. But
yeah,
for me, that was massive.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it doesn't matter how big or small it is, or whether someone else thinks it's a win or not. Like whatever is a win to you is a win to you. Like when we were on holiday in Spain and we're like, hola, and we're like, oh my God, we said hello in Spanish. Like, or we said, hello, how are you? Or we understood one little thing. We're like, that's such a win. Like,
yeah.
because for us it was.
Absolutely, absolutely. So definitely celebrate the wins, no matter how small you might think they are. They are big, big things for sure. I think create an environment that supports the change. So, your routines, people around you have that accountability, your mindset as well. Expect there to be resistance, expect that you're not always going to want to do it, but pushing through that resistance is where the growth happens. So expect it to happen, but push through it anyway. And hey, if you don't do something at some point, like be kind to yourself because I think as women, we beat ourselves up all the time and we're really hard on ourselves and we just make ourselves feel so much worse and we really don't need to. So I think if we have an off day, we have an off week, be kind to yourself about it. It's fine. We can move on from it.
Absolutely. And because if you don't move on, you won't change. Whereas if you move on from it and you continue doing those little things to change, you will change.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So some powerful kind of quotes to take away are change feels uncomfortable because you're stepping into the unknown, but that's where growth happens. I like that one. If
Yeah,
nothing
absolutely.
changes, nothing changes. Like, I think that one goes, everyone kind of says that one, don't they?
Hmm.
You can't create a new result with the same habits.
No, you cannot.
Fear is just excitement in disguise. I always, when I feel nervous, if someone told me that like fear and excitement is like the same like feeling in your body, you just kind of have to reframe it. So if you're feeling a little bit scared, just change it to, oh, I'm excited for this. And you might feel a bit better.
Okay. Wow. All right. Next time I'm terrified at the top of a building, I'm going to be like, not that I stand on top of buildings very often. Okay. Next time I'm on something high, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm just so excited. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see how that goes.
Feel like what goes. Um, Discomfort is temporary, but staying stuck lasts forever. Oh.
Mm. Yeah, because it does, right?
Hmm.
Would you rather be in pain forever with the things that you're suffering with right now, or would you rather just find something a little bit difficult to get through, but actually in the long run, it will make you feel better?
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I think that's a really good place to wrap up for today.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope this has given you a little bit of a boost to start pushing yourself outside your comfort zone and start making those positive changes. It's going to be hard, it's not always going to be easy, but imagine what is on the other side of that. Imagine what is on the other side of that huge mountain that you're going to climb up, get to the top, and then imagine seeing that view at the top. And that's a really good way to look at it. It's going to be epic.
Yeah,
So
it will be. Absolutely. It will
start
be
today.
epic.
If you have any questions, you want to speak to us, you can reach out to us on our socials, or if you've got a number, reach out to us there. Our email address is contactempoweryouFitness@gmail.com. If you have any topics you want us to discuss, let us know. And we will catch you in the next one.
Catch you on the flip side.
We'll see you at the top of that mountain.
Absolutely.
Bye.
See ya.